Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be nice guy stuck in friend zone. I tend to get a lot of emails from guys that are perpetually in friend zone, or their ex-girlfriend stuck them in friend zone and they're banished there and they're wondering, how the fuck do I get out of it? So I got a good one here with this guy. It seems like he goes back and forth between dating and hooking up and then being friend zoned. So before we get into his email, I got a quote that I wrote on this particular topic, and then we're going to go through it and analyze what he needs to do differently to get the woman to say, you know what, let's be exclusive. Let's be in a relationship. I don't want you seeing anyone else. I want you all to myself. And the quote says, when a guy is too nice or too compliant with a woman he likes romantically, eventually she will perceive him to be too weak to be her lover, and therefore banish him to friend zone. It's not so much that she puts him there, but that he puts himself there because he acts so unsure of himself, unsure of how to lead and how to seduce her properly. Women want men to know what they want, to be leaders, and to go for it. Women don't want to teach men how to be men. Women don't want the power in relationships. Women will not trust the masculine core of men who are not clear in their intent and sexual desires to feel safe and comfortable enough to open up to receive them emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. A woman is penetrated by the strength of a man. If he does not feel comfortable in his masculine, she won't feel comfortable being in her feminine enough to the point that she opens up to receive him so he can have his way with her. So the key really is about acting like a man, acting like a leader, going for what you want. Because in other words, it's all about being in your masculine essence. If a guy is vacillating back and forth between masculine energy and feminine energy, not standing up for himself, being too compliant, being a pleaser, she's not going to feel comfortable, because that's going to cause her to vacillate back and forth between her feminine energy and her masculine energy. And feminine energy is all about opening up to receive love. And therefore, if you're acting weak and compliant and too nice, you're forcing the woman to be in leadership energy, which is masculine energy. Therefore, masculine energy is all about purpose, drive, mission, succeeding, breaking through barriers. So if she's in an energy about breaking through barriers, she's not letting go and receiving. It's subtle, but it's a massive difference, and that's why things are not really going anywhere with this particular woman. At least not where he wants to go yet. And he says, hey Corey, I thought I'd send an update as per my previous email below. Things are still the same, but we started spending more time together. However, I get the impression that she is texting someone else, and I've seen a few messages on her phone from various guys asking her about things, and she started being secretive with her mobile phone. That tells me she's not trusting you as much. In other words, she's not as open to receive you. Therefore, she's kind of pushed you out of her life in a way. It's all about you being a leader. When a woman's doing that, you're not being the leader. You're letting her be more of the leader. In other words, you're acting too feminine. If you're acting too feminine, you're causing her to act masculine around you. And therefore, she opens up to receive someone else who happens to be in her life who is masculine. I noticed on her mobile that she has some very sexy pictures, underwear, and posing, and I asked her about this, and she said she likes to feel and look sexy. It's a true statement. However, what she's really saying is, I like to look and feel sexy, just not with you. In other words, you don't make her feel like a sexy woman because you act like a woman sometimes. I tell her quite a few times she's sexy and gorgeous. I feel like I am the safe option for her, the stable one, etc. I have given her some space over the last week or so and not really messaged her. Not really messaged her? Come on, man. Or seen her much. She's had some time off of work as she moved back to her mom's place, having fallen out with the local authority who she rents her house from. So she got kicked out. Sounds like she's a really responsible woman. Previous to this, again, we were spending loads of time together and talking till early hours at night, and she ended up stopping as per usual, but no sex. Even when I have gone to make a move, she has stopped me. Sounds like you're acting like too much like her therapist and her gay male girlfriend instead of creating an opportunity for sex to happen. That's why you shouldn't be calling. When a woman has stuck you in friend zone, you should never do any calling, any texting, any pursuing in any way, shape, or form. Because when a woman says friends and you go, I'm not interested in that, but yet you continue to call and pursue, you're acquiescing, you're being compliant. You told her no, but yet you act like, because a guy who has options and has choices, when a woman says friends, he's going to be like, I'm not interested in that, but give me a call if you change your mind. And he walks and he never looks back. When a guy says he's not interested in that, but yet he continues to call, text, and pursue, he's saying one thing, but he's doing another. So he's vacillating. He's not strong enough to walk away and never look back. Therefore, he's being feminine. And what that does is cause her to stay in her masculine, and that's why she stopped you. That's why you didn't get any further with her. Because you're not acting like a man is supposed to act consistently. He says, again, it's always on her terms. Well, stop pursuing her. Stop calling her. Stop reaching out. However, we talk all the time about sex and how great it is between us, although she does have a lot of female problems down there, but it never stopped us before, if you get what I mean. So in other words, you used to have total access to the playing field. Instead, she booted you out of the stadium for not acting like a man. She's always blowing hot and cold. One minute she's totally touchy-feely all over me, and the next it's as if she's turning ice on me with her looks. It's doing my head in, Corey, where I'm unable to concentrate on my work or my family, and it's making me so unhappy. But I can't leave her or walk away. Well, that's exactly why you're not getting anywhere. You're allowing this woman to completely diminish you. And in my book, there's a chapter that says, be her rock, be her mountain. Didn't say anything about being flubber or a floppy cock, if you will. I mean, you're being a big floppy cock, dude. It's like, that's why you're not getting anywhere. You're not acting like a man. A guy would just walk away. Women have to know that if they push you too far, you're going to walk and never look back. And she pushes you too far, and you're basically like, well, I'm not going to take this. And then next day you call and text, you're like, hey, how are you? I want to see you. And you act like one of the girls. You act like your gay male girlfriend. That's why you get nowhere, dude. He says it's so hard not to blow her mobile up, LOL. That's not something men do. That's something that an emotionally irrational woman does. Think about what you just said. It's so hard not to blow her mobile up. That is needy, desperate behavior. And the only reason you act that way is because deep down you think you don't deserve to have her. And since that's your belief, you're driven by fear. And what does that cause you to do? Over-pursue, over-chase, blow her phone up, and it totally turns her off because you act like a woman instead of a man. It's a scientific fact that women are more attracted to men whose feelings are unclear. There's nothing unclear about you. I seriously love this woman, and she knows it, obviously. She takes pictures of us, but never puts them on Facebook, but will do of her friends, etc. Well, all that, you look at the actions. If you were really important to her romantically, she'd be posting pictures all over the place on Facebook. But instead, she takes them and she just sticks them in her little Rolodex somewhere, her digital Rolodex. She even said the other day, I see majority of your exes have started coming in now that they know you're single. My response was, well, I'm free and single, which she didn't like. Once again, thanks for your time. And here's his next follow-up email. He says, hey, Corey. So this was the original email that he sent. He says, I've been seeing this woman on and off for 3 years. I'm 32, she's 27. Studying law at the local university. Admittedly, I was in a long-term relationship when I started seeing her. So you were cheating on your girlfriend. That's a bitch move. She saw men on and off and has been hurt in the past big time with the last boyfriend currently going through a court trial trying to burn her house down. So you're dating a woman whose ex-boyfriend tried to burn her house down. That is just fucking lovely. That's just fantastic. Dude, my life is a drama-free zone, and if I met a girl who had that kind of bullshit going on in her life, I don't care how hot she is or how much fun she is, like, I wouldn't want anything to do with that. Her dad currently, notice all the excuses he's making for her. Her dad currently has cancer and is awaiting an operation. She recently lost her 8-month-old niece, so she's had it rough. These are all the things that you're justifying. This is why she stuck me in friend zone, because all these things going on. If you were her rock and her mountain, she'd be over at your house every night. And yeah, she'd want to talk about these things, but afterwards she'd say you're the best boyfriend, and she'd fuck your brains out. But instead, you've become her emotional tampon. You're being there for her. I have been by her side all the time, always supporting her and being there. What'd I just say? We had a physical attraction from day one, and I never knew that she liked me well before the 3 years until her friend told me. I eventually left my wife and put all my efforts into being a good friend with this woman who I have been on and off with. We do everything together. Holidays, dinners, sleep, movies, pretty much everything that a couple does, but not much sex. Well, that's because you continue to act like a woman. A lot of times she will come to my place with her university work and do that while I watch TV. She's told me she's in love with me and we talk about marriage, kids, and future. Whenever she said that, it only applied in that particular moment. If she said that 6 months ago or a year ago when you guys were still fucking all the time, it really doesn't apply right now. The only thing that applies right now is, you ain't getting no pussy. We have even picked our first song and kids' names. Talk about putting a cart before the horse, dude. Holy shit. We have loads of pics of us together, and everyone says we're a great couple, but she likes to remind everyone that we are just friends. Thank you very much. You're just friends. I admit I've been too pushy, and I think it is her doing her head in with everyone asking if we are an item. It's really your over pursuing and acting like a woman is stuck you in friend zone. She is quite a private person, whereas I am very public. In other words, you want to tell everybody about you, but there's nothing to tell because in her mind, you're just friends, and she reiterates that to everybody. You're ignoring that. You're ignoring reality. And no amount of you wanting to be in a relationship is going to cause her to want to be in a relationship with you. He says, I'm well known, I run a couple of businesses, and I'm a bit of a high-profile person in my town. I have noticed that as she started flirting around with other guys completely opposite to me, and sometimes she is so ignorant by ignoring my texts or phone calls. That's because there's no consequence. She's not worried about losing you to another woman, and so she knows she can have you whenever she wants. But what she's really looking for is somebody who knows how to act like a man consistently, not a guy who's a floppy cock. To borrow something from Stifler, if you've ever seen the American Pie movies. Everything is done on her part, from staying at my house or meeting up. The sex between us is great when it happens, but I just can't work her out. She likes to remind me that she's not ready for a relationship and that we are just friends. Whenever she mentions that, you can say, look, I'm not interested in being just friends with you. We don't have to be in a relationship, but we can be friends with benefits, we can be sex playmates, we can be lovers, but we are not just friends. And if you want to be just friends, then I think it's best that we don't talk anymore. And you move on with your life, and I move on with mine. Because I'm not interested in friendship, and I don't ever want to hear you mention that word in the same sentence as you and I ever again if you want to keep me in your life. And you got to be congruent with that statement. I'm very good friends with her family, and she's been welcomed into mine and my friends' lives as well. The other issue now is that she also works for me part-time. Now you gave her a job. Hey, you want a job? Want some dick? She kept asking me, so I do see her almost every day. This is like typical nice guy behavior. The 3 days that she has to spare, we are pretty much together. I currently have 2 kids, and she gets on great with my 2 children. She's straight to the point, has told me that she's not seeing anyone and doesn't want to either, but that's not to say when she feels like sex, as it is just sex, she may meet someone new. In other words, you know what? I'm not dating anybody else, but my options are open because I'd really like to find somebody who acts like a fucking man. And you know what? We'll always be in each other's lives. I would marry this woman tomorrow, and she's always on my mind, and it's hard for me to not think about her. Well, stop calling, stop texting, stop pursuing her, wait to hear from her, and then make dates at your place. Don't just let it go. Make her do 100% of the calling, texting, and pursuing. When she does, assume she wants to see you, make a date at your place. Anytime she brings up the friendship thing, just say, look, we're not just friends. I'm not interested in being just your friend. We can be lovers. We can be friends with benefits, but we're not just friends. I have enough friends. I'm not interested in only being a platonic relationship with you. That doesn't work for me. So if that's all you're looking for, then it's best that we don't talk anymore. We'll keep things at a professional level at work, but that doesn't work for me. Give me a call if you change your mind because you know how to get in touch. Wait to hear from her, and when you do, invite her over to your place, make dinner together, hang out, have fun, and hook up at your place. You got to be willing to walk away and mean it when she throws this friendship word in your face. The problem is you like this girl and you think by just waiting on her hand and foot and being a pleaser and going along with things that aren't what you really want is going to get you what you want, which is her and you in a relationship. It works great in the movies, but it doesn't work in real life. And I would highly suggest that you read my book. Go to my website underneath the email sign-up box. There's an image of my book. Click on that, and it'll take you right to Amazon.com. You can either select the paperback version or you can download the Kindle version of my book to any electronic device in under 60 seconds or less. And if you'd like to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session with yours truly, you can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. And I will talk to you soon.